Before we get to the homiletical treatment of tonight's focus, which you heard read in the book of Judges, I want to deal for just a little while with a theoretical framework which produced a reality so far removed from the world in which our text lives. Dr. Naeem Akbar, one of the first books I recommend to you tonight in the teaching segment, Visions for Black Men. I mentioned his book last night, The Psychological Chains and Images of Slavery, would keep the chains on the minds of Africans years after slavery was over. But in his Visions for Black Men, he does something very interesting in showing us a symptom of a problem. He points out, he is a psychologist, by the way, one of the founding psychologists who started the Association of Black Psychologists. He points out that when it comes to men, and tonight's sermon topic is God wants some men. We're going to say add the sisters in a minute. But in terms of males, Dr. Akbar points out that there are three categories which every male goes through in life. The first category is that you are a male, M-A-L-E, at birth. That has to do with a protrusion from your body a few inches south of your navel. That makes you a male. All right? Now, for males, there are no rules. No rules. As a little infant, when you're hungry, if you scream loud enough and long enough, somebody's going to put a breast or a bottle in your mouth to shut you up. You don't wait for dinner time. Ain't no such thing as telling an infant, we eat at 5 o'clock. No. No rules. And when you got to go, you go. That's why they make diapers. You just go. You don't go to the bathroom to go. You just, wheresoever you is, go. No rules. But a boy then moves into the second stage, and his book is Visions for Black Men. The second stage is that of boyhood, where you become a boy. And as a boy, you learn there are rules. First of all, there are rules for when you eat. You just don't grab food and start eating. No, you have breakfast at a certain time, and we eat together. We used to before y'all would start McDonald's. And there's lunch, and then there's dinner. There are rules about eating, and there are rules about getting rid of what you have eaten. All right? Little boys stand up, little girls sit down. Little boys put the seat up. I don't know why y'all want us to put the seat down. Why don't y'all put it up when y'all finish? But that's the rule. You do not leave the washroom without wiping yourself. That's a rule. These are the rules for eliminating. There are rules everywhere the boy goes. There are rules in school. You don't talk in class when you feel like it. You raise your hand if you want to talk, or you raise your hand if you have an answer to a question. You walk on this side of the hall. Here are the rules. All right? There are rules in the church. You don't be running up and down the aisles and just doing what you want to do. There are rules in church. There are rules in school. There are rules in home. You can't do this until you do your homework. You can't watch television. There are rules, 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 rules. All of the rules coming from the outside. From mommy and daddy, from the principal, from the teacher, from the preacher, from the deacons, from the elders, from the stewards, from the deaconesses. These are the rules. And every boy, those of you men who are in the room, you know I'm telling the truth, has one objective in life. That's find out how to break the rules without getting caught. They teach you that there's certain parts of a girl's body you do not touch. So when you're walking down the hall, passing from one class to the other, you sort of reach out and try to break the rule without getting caught. Wasn't me. All right? Those of you who remember courting, yeah, you be in the living room trying to get a little something, and here come mama, you got to stand up, and you hope you ain't protruding because I don't want to get caught. Breaking the rules without getting caught. Problem is, and some of you know about it. I know the gang intervention brothers and sisters know about it. Some of you have run into boys who are 47, 57, 67 years old. They're trying to break the rules without getting caught. Mike Tyson, break the rules but don't get caught. It's not that I want to break the rules, I just don't get caught. That's a boy's job. But then, as Paul says, when I became a man, I had to put away childish things. The third stage is men. And men, for men there are rules, but they're not from the outside. It's not that I don't put my hands on you because I'm scared I'm going to get caught. It's because I know you're somebody's daughter. You're somebody's wife. You're somebody's child. You're somebody's mama. It's from the inside. And he talks about in his vision for black men, the fact that we got so many boys who are grown boys living at home with mama, baby making, my baby daddy, the boys, those are boys. Those are not men. A man don't make a baby and then don't take care of that baby. All right? Now, the problem, as Akbar points out, as a matter of fact, we had a men's Bible class. You all would love that. We had a men's Bible class where we used Akbar's book because I wanted them to look at the three stages biblically of boyhood, malehood, maleness, and manhood. And when I called, I announced it 3 or 4 or 5 weeks in the bulletin. We will have this men's only Bible class. This is restricted to men. And the first time the guys came, it was about 35 of them. And I told them, here's what this class is about. And I used a true example from my own life to let them know what the class was going to be about. And the true example was when I was a student at the University of Chicago Divinity School, I was too poor to afford insurance. I had no insurance, no coverage. And my advisor sent me to see his doctor because his doctor saw me free. When I went to see his doctor, his doctor was in the hood. We're talking about La Cienega and, we're in the hood. And he said 3 o'clock, and I went over there at 3 o'clock, and he didn't see me till 5:30. Now, I read every magazine in the office. I didn't take any books with me. I was not prepared to wait no 2.5 hours to see him. Second visit, I took some books with me so I could do some schoolwork. And sure enough, appointment was at 2 o'clock. I saw him at 6. Then it dawned on me, he's putting me last. And I'm thinking he's putting me last because I ain't got no money. So the third visit, sure enough, I took all my books and work, and he made me last again. I asked him, I said, listen, you put me last because I'm poor, right? I'm indigent. He said, no, I put you last because I like to talk to you. Haven't you noticed how we talk? And sure enough, he would examine me, treat me, do something for about 10 minutes, and then we talk for an hour and 15 minutes. He said, look where my office is, man. I'm in the hood. I don't have any students of Dr. Charles Long in the history of religion working on a PhD to come talk to. I need to talk to you, Reverend. I need to talk to you about important things like God and Punani. And not necessarily in that order. These are important things that I need to talk to a preacher about. I need some help and understand. So I said, brothers, this class gonna be about God and Punani. The next Saturday, there were 275 brothers. Because the brothers want to know, how do you handle that? And we started with David. David was a grown boy. And he saw fine Bathsheba. And he acted like a boy. He was trying to break the rules without getting caught. It was a great move. But that is simply a symptom of the problem that Naeem Akbar writes about. The cause and the source of the problem, the Association of Black Psychologists say, and theologians, is what happens to a people in exile. In exile. There's a problem of acculturation and the assimilation of an alien culture, an alien God, an alien theology, an alien anthropology, an alien sociology, where women are objects to be used and abused. That's what boys do. Women are to be disrespected, disregarded, and then discarded. Women are reduced, we were talking about it today at the luncheon here at the church, women are reduced to a hole. And any hole will do. And if you look at a hole, it is a zero. John Kennedy says it's hard to make love to a zero.